Are you struggling to find top-tier employees? If you're like most of our clients and most of the hiring managers I know, the answer is yes. There's not enough candidates to go around. There's not enough candidates to fill all the open positions. And you don't want just a regular candidate. You want somebody who's a top performer. You want the top 10%, people who are the best at what they do. We understand that. How do you get them? How do you get those people? One thing I will tell you that you have to keep in mind is the techniques that you used in the past, or maybe your HR department used in the past when there was an abundance of candidates. Those techniques don't work today. They're not effective. They're based on excess candidates, and the candidates are coming to you. They're desperately looking for jobs and they're begging for jobs. But that's not what we have now. That's not the market we're in. We're in a market where the candidates are hard to find. And so what do you do to get them? So let's talk about candidates. Two types, active and passive. Active means they're actively looking for a job. They may find you, they may find your job posting. And typically, that's what your internal recruiters have to do. They're so busy, they have to hope that through job postings, they're going to get you the right candidate. Keep in mind, active candidates a lot of times are active for a reason. They're active because some of them could be on performance improvement plans. They're not performing at their current company. Now, I'm not saying all active candidates are active because they're non-performers. Don't get me wrong, that's not true. You can't generalize, but I will say a lot of active candidates are actively looking because of performance issues with their previous companies. So how do you know the difference? That's a whole nother topic. Passive candidates. Passive candidates are the candidates that are happy at their current job. They're busy. They're not applying. They're not coming home at night. They're not going on the internet. They're not spending all day looking for a new job. So they're not going to find you, and you're not going to find them, not unless you have aggressive techniques to find those people. And that's when recruiting firms come into play. Recruiting firms have the time to go and pursue these passive candidates. And it's a very involved process in how to get these people, and it takes time. So you identify these passive candidates, the recruiting firms do, or if you have time yourself, you can, but you have to spend a lot of time finding passive candidates, getting them on the phone, getting them to engage you, getting them to talk to you. And it's not just the first call and then all of a sudden you're there, you're talking about another job. No, it's a process, too lengthy to go in detail in the video on how we do it. But passive candidates are the candidates that are typically happy where they are, top performers, and that you have to pursue, or you have to hire somebody to pursue them for you. So I would propose that it's okay if you want to post and get some active candidates, but you also want to mix in some passive candidates, some candidates that you may not find on your own without using a recruiting firm. I'd be glad to tell you more about the whole process of how we go about finding passive candidates. I may make a whole nother video on that, but just wanted to encourage you, if you're not using a recruiting firm, then use somebody in your industry who knows your niche and let them help you go pursue the top performers, the passive candidates, so that when you hire somebody, you're hiring somebody who can really have an impact on your team and your company. I'm Tony Bishop. I'm the CEO of Connected Search Group. We place candidates in life science, diagnostics, medical device, and biotech industries. We'd be glad to help you if you need our assistance.